Good evening. Can I ask what you're doing in my home? You have a request. Sure. What can I help you with? I don't look like a witch. I'm not sure what a witch is supposed to look like, but I assure you that I am one. So, how can I be of service? You heard about my specialty. Well, you've come to the right place. Everyone who's had successful wooden marionette procedures has come to me. Yes, of course I can do it. It's not a quick procedure, regardless of the fact that there is magic involved. Some things still need to be done by hand. Yes. Well, can I ask you how you came to know that I perform this service? Yes, okay. And why is this something that you are interested in? Okay, well, there's a bit to go over. The first thing is, are you absolutely sure that this is what you want? Yes, it's not for everyone. I've been told that there is something peaceful about being a puppet, not having to make many decisions on your own anymore, being able to be quite helpless can be very freeing in a way. Yes. Free in confinement, exactly. Yes. Well, first things first, you will need a puppet master. Do you have one in mind, or do I need to set you up with one? Oh, you do? Wonderful. And who might that be? Your father, Geppetto? I feel like I've heard that name before. Where have I heard that name before? I'm not sure, but at least you're already fairly informed and fairly prepared. And is this something that your father wanted, or something that you want as well? Yes, okay. Alright. And again, you're absolutely certain. Okay? Now, the first thing that I have to do is take some measurements of your entire body, from small details on your face to the contours of your chin, shoulders, and pretty much everywhere in between. We need to make sure that all measurements are done properly, yes. Because if not, you're going to be a little off. And we wouldn't want that, now would we? No. So measurements are done by hand. They are not magic. Okay, yes. They will have to be done by hand, as to avoid human error. I could do them by magic, but I like to make sure that they are 100% accurate, and I will have to also make physical dots on you. So you will leave here with a bunch of dots on your body, so I can make the specific points and make sure that we can get all of the strings made properly. Now the strings are made through magic, and I will be making those before I see you again. So this is not a one-step process. You will have to come back and see me again. Yes. So the strings are made by magic, but it is not immediate. They do take a little while to make regardless. Okay? Yes. So tell me a little bit more about why you want to be a wooden puppet. Yes. Yes. Like I said, I've heard that people enjoy it. I've, of course, never been a puppet myself, but I have been a puppet master for a short time, and my puppets enjoyed it. I think you'll love it. You seem to be very well versed in the subject, so I think you're coming into this with all of the proper knowledge. Yeah. I think that this is something you'll really enjoy. Like I said, there's a peacefulness and the lack of requirement to really do anything. You can put your life completely in the hands of another, and in your case, it's your father, Geppetto, so you're no stranger to trusting him, and he's no stranger to taking care of you, right? Yes. Okay, well, let's get started with some of those measurements. Okay. Just going to get some of them and write them down. Okay, so I have my tape measure here. Yes. And I have a pen. A notebook. Very old school. Yes. Like I said, I prefer to do certain things by hand. Just there's something satisfying about it. Okay. Spot here. Perfect. Okay. So just going to start taking some measurements. If you could hold absolutely still, it's very, very critical. Okay? We don't want to skew any of the measurements, as that would be very detrimental to the process. Yes, first thing we're just going to measure your height completely. Okay. Yes. Next thing we're going to do is measure length of limbs. So both of your legs and your arms. And then we'll take measurements of them folded. See the angle that your extremities fold. No two people are exactly the same. So let's start with your legs, shall we? Yes, Yes, I do have to measure both, as most people have a leg that's a little bit longer than the other. Okay. Leg. Can I see your arm, please? Just straight out. Perfect. And your other arm, if you could. Yes. I'm sorry? What's the payment? Oh, well, I don't feel there's any need to discuss payment right now. I mean, there's more than time for that later. And what's the price that you could pay for changing everything about yourself? You know who you are, right? I mean, the sky's the limit. No? Like I said, we will talk about that later on, okay? And trust me, we will find some form of payment and compensation. Yes, okay. Let me just check something real quick. Make sure. Yes. Okay. Just looking at my availability for the next few weeks, like I said. It will take a little while to get these strings made up for you. Yes. Okay. Let's keep going again. Don't worry about payment. I'll find some way for you to pay me back. Don't worry. Okay. I'm going to measure the width of your head. And the length of your head. No. I don't typically accept money. It's of no use to me. I can get pretty much whatever I need monetarily through magic. Yes. Like I said, we will find a way. Don't worry. Now you don't want me to mess up these measurements, do we? No. No, we don't. Okay, so I'm going to measure things like distance from the eyes, and here's where I'm going to start putting some dots, which is where strings will go. Okay, and I'm going to measure some of those areas. That's what I'm going to do. So you're not allergic to pen, ink, or anything? Okay. So I don't think I've ever encountered someone who was, but I can imagine that it might be an issue. Yes. Yes, of course I can reverse allergic reactions, but why would we want to put you through that sort of pain and torment if we didn't have to, right? Yes, we wouldn't want that, now would we? Okay, yes, just putting. So, gonna have more strings on the face than anywhere else to control facial structure and movement, to show emotion. Yes. Exactly, my darling. measuring some of these. It's about 3 inches. Yes. Let me do a couple on the mouth. This is going to be a very important region. Yes. Perfect. Now just keep a straight face for me. Thank you. Angle of the mouth. Okay, now can you smile nice and big for me? Teeth and all. Great, thank you. Okay. Yes, it's going to vary slightly between an open mouth and a closed mouth. Yes. We'll mark down all those measurements now. Okay, we're just going to take a couple along the body. Okay. Can you bend your arm for me? Fantastic. Other arm. Measurement across the chest. Can you lift your arms just slightly for me? Thank you. Around the waist here. Take the circumference of your leg, if you could just. Thank you. Good. The other leg. If you could just bend at the knee at about a 90-degree angle. Thank you. And again. Alright, I'm just going to get a couple of the measurements of the length of torso. So from your neck. Yes, I don't have to make too many measurements on the body because the placement of the strings is fairly universal, but faces are so unique that I like to make sure everything is exact. Yes. Just mark down these measurements here. some notes. Can you see? No, this is confidential. Very confidential. Okay, I think that we are good to go with the measurements. So it'll take me about 2 weeks to fabricate all of the strings with magic. They're very intricate, very detailed. So it's going to take me a little while to complete them. I'd say about 2 weeks. That's why I was looking at my schedule earlier. Do you have this time next Thursday, but the following Thursday? Yes. Same time. Okay. Well, I believe that works for me. So at that point, we will be able to install the strings and we can start the process. Again, it's not going to be completed next week. We'll just install the strings. Okay? Alright, well, thank you so much for coming by. And again, we will figure out some sort of payment at a later date. Yes, for now you just relax. Get excited and prepared for this new experience. Yes, you can see yourself out. Bye-bye.